Hello everyone, welcome to William and the Magic Box. Today on our show, we are going to have Juan. Juan is from Argentina, but he lives in Amsterdam. So let's see what Juan has to say. Enjoy the interview.
Great.
Hello Juan, how are you?
Oi, tudo bem? E contigo?
Do you want to
I'm
do it
really good.
very
Pretty good.
well? Yeah? Amazing. So tell
Yeah.
me, how's your day going so far?
Well, I'm still celebrating my birthday, so it's like a gypsy celebration. My birthday was on October 25th, but my home is not that big. And last time I celebrated 2 years ago, I invited 30 people and they destroyed my house. So since then, lesson learned, I did small groups of 10. So today is the last part of the celebration. But the home, as you can see, looks pretty decent. Nothing was destroyed. So I like to keep it like that.
Amazing. So tell me, what was the highlights of your birthday?
Well, I did different things this time for my birthday.
Yeah.
I made new connections this year. So this time I spent a part of the celebration in Brussels at
Oh,
a hard party weekend. And it was quite something different. But
month,
really,
the month, no.
yeah, precis, yes. So it was my first time there.
Okay.
I'm not that party person per se, but yeah, it was 2 days in a row, 21 hours of dancing. So I even had blisters on my feet,
Oh my
uh,
God.
and 3 days of recovery from it. So
Oh wow. Great
have you
fun.
ever been there?
I've been to La Demance. Yes, I've been to La Demance. It's a great party. I think the energy is the best.
Yeah, the stage, the performances, the
Yeah.
people. Really, quite a remarkable experience, I could say. And I'm proud of myself. I turned 45, so I thought I could make it that much. But yeah, I have quite endurance, so proud of myself.
So tell me, where are you from, Juan?
Well, this gives you any idea?
Yes.
I am from Argentina, from Buenos Aires.
Wow. So tell me, what was the best part of growing up in Buenos Aires, in Argentina?
Well, Um, I have to be honest. I wasn't that happy in
Okay.
Argentina. I was a very lonely kid, so I didn't have much friends.
Okay.
So I was like, the classic uh, bookworm person, the nerdy, chubby kid that doesn't have friends. So, of course, my family is a nice thing to say about Argentina because I miss them a lot. And the friends I made after I turned into adulthood. But
Okay.
yeah, now that I am an adult and I changed my mindset and I became, well, not the nerdy kid anymore or chubby kid, I felt more confident and I was able to open up to the world. And the people in Argentina can be really friendly. And I miss a bit that kind of easygoing socializing atmosphere that you have with Argentinians that is very similar to Brazilians. Because one thing that helped me change my mindset was to live in Brazil for 2 years in Rio de Janeiro. So after
Oh,
that helped me to open up a lot. Brazilian people are so sweet and so funny and so good at breaking ice because I have a story. The first day that I joined the university, I was studying at Estacio de Sa. So I did the vestibular. I have to start all over again studying.
yeah.
And the first day that I entered into the class, I was so shy. And there were two girls that were standing on each side of the door. And then when I walked through, each of them grabbed my out of and so it was so random. And I turned all red, of course, but then I started laughing. But to be honest, it was the best icebreaker in the world because they were
I
my
love.
besties for the
I
whole
love.
course. So
It's so interesting.
Brazilians know how to do it.
Yeah, we have this approach of, if we like someone, if we see some good energy, we just go for it. You know what I mean? We don't wait. We just go for it. We just connect with the person straight away.
Exactly. Where from Brazil are you from?
I'm from Mato Grosso,
Mato
northwest.
Grosso do
Yeah,
Sul.
yeah. No, Mato Grosso do Norte. Mato Grosso do Sul
Legal.
is other states. Yeah, where Cuiabá, capital Cuiabá.
Goiaba. Ah,
Yeah,
legal. I had a friend from Goiaba. I lost contact with him, but yeah, I mean, I think it helped me grow a lot as a person living in Brazil. It was just 2 years, and I felt like Brazilian already. Although Brazilians drove me crazy during the World Cup in 2002, because
don't.
everyone, the teachers were always doing the jokes like, "How does an Argentinian change a light bulb?" Or, and it was like, "I'm Uruguayan, please leave me alone." And when Brazil was pentacampeón, fifth champion, they drove me crazy. But still, with all that, I will choose again, and I could say that I would go back to relive everything that I lived there in Rio.
Yeah, I think in the football side, Brazil and Argentina, we are, you know what I mean? We are big, big. We have this thing. However, we are brothers. We are all the same. You know what I mean? We are literally brothers.
Luckily for gay people, that's a stupid thing that doesn't matter. But yeah, for straight people, it can be so stupid sometimes. But yeah, it's worldwide. I see it here in the Netherlands also. So yeah, it's a macho thing, I guess.
So tell me, Juan, I believe you are living in Amsterdam right now, yes?
That's correct.
So tell me why the change from Buenos Aires in Argentina to Amsterdam in Holland.
Well, actually, it was a failed love story that I never saw it coming. Uh, After living in Brazil, I thought, well, I was already 40 when this happened. And I thought, I'm not going to have a long distance relationship. I'm going to focus on everything, all my life in Argentina. That I had a really good life. But my friends convinced me to do a trip around Europe for the first time. And I mean, I think you left Brazil when you were 19, but not sure if you know the craziness of Argentina currency exchange situation, the euro, dollar, and it's bonkers. So I thought, well, maybe this would be my first and last trip to Europe because the currency exchange was changing every day. And
Wow.
my friends convinced me, and they wanted to do Paris, Barcelona, and Amsterdam. And I was like, why you want to go to Amsterdam? I mean, we don't even smoke. And this and the red light district, I mean, we are gay. I mean, what are you going to do in the red light district? It's like wasting 5 days of our holidays in a place that rains. I was outrageous. I was like, I'm not going to join this trip. And my friends keep every day insisting, Juan, Joe, it's going to be a great bonding experience, blah, blah, blah. And they convinced me. And it was one of the best things I could ever done. It expanded my mind so much because Europe is so different from Latin America.
Yeah.
But yeah, the last day of my holidays, I met a Dutch guy that we had a nice click. We spent the night together. The next day, he dropped me to the airport. And,
Oh,
and then the first thing that I did when I turned off the airplane mode when I landed, I texted him saying, I already miss you. It was nice to meet you. But I don't know, it was something random that happened. And because of that, he bought a ticket the next week to visit me and come to my place. And I was shocked. I said, spent perfect weekends with people that live, I don't know, 10 blocks away from home. And to meet them again is like to having an appointment with the prime minister. It's like, what's so difficult? That
that's
this
amazing.
person bought the
Wow.
ticket. So we started a long distance relationship, traveling every 2 months
Wow.
to Argentina or to the Netherlands. And in January 2020, I moved.
Wow.
And guess what happened the next month?
COVID.
COVID, yes. So the relationship didn't survive COVID. I wish I had seen your YouTube channel by that time because you
That's
have
when I
such a
started.
nice energy because you started because of COVID.
Yeah, I started
Right?
doing this time. I started doing interviews in June, and I launched the show in October. By then, I had over 100 interviews already done since when I launched the show. So it was a lot of people already. Anyway, back to you.
You're a very busy bee. I mean, I admire you. I mean, I don't
I
know
love
how you do it, but
I in this. Anyway, back to your story.
yeah. So yeah, it didn't survive the pandemic, and I found myself in a new world with my shy personality and everything during the pandemic, single. So I don't know, that I think triggered the best of me because I have to be honest, I am very insecure by that time. And it was like, will I be able to do all this? I don't have friends studying all over, but I'm glad that I challenged myself and I
Amazing.
decided to say yes to everything I would say no. Myself, because, for example, I ended up dancing for the Amsterdam Game Choir.
Oh, wow.
And I mean, I did some Zumba lessons or salsa lessons in Argentina, but someone offered me, would you like to be a dancer of the Amsterdam Game Choir? It's a choir that has more than 100 people. It's like 80 singers and 20 dancers. I was terrified of it, but I thought, I'm going to do it. I mean, what's the worst thing that can happen?
It's amazing.
And that opened the world to make a lot of friends.
Wow.
And the first time we had to perform, I was terrified. I mean, and I did it horribly. Because I with every single movement. But then over time, it got better and better and better. And now it's probably, you saw the videos on TikTok that I'm dancing with another group. But it brings so much joy and testing yourself. So if I have to give an advice, from time to time in your lifetime, try to do something that you would say I would never do it, just for the experience of getting. You can be really surprised about yourself.
Absolutely. I love your story, Juan. I think it's amazing to, sometimes life takes you in a position where it was very challenging for you because, the relationship, the COVID and everything. And suddenly you find yourself in a place where it's completely the opposite to where you come from. And life just introduces you new opportunities. And I have goosebumps now because it's beautiful. I love that. I love when people, the same as me. I never thought in a million years living in London, and life just somehow brought me here, and I'm so grateful for that. It's amazing. I love your story. I think that's amazing. I'm glad you shared that. Just it's inspiring, and I think people watch this interview, they might connect with you. They go like, oh my god, I had the same experience as him. So I think it's amazing. And
that's so nice of you. Thank you.
And what do you do for work for living, Juan?
Well, I try to compensate the nerdiness with artistic things like dancing and that, but I'm a software developer.
Oh, wow. And what do you like the most about your job?
Well, I mean, my job, it pays the bills, basically, but yeah, basically it gives me some security. I was able to buy the apartment and be able to travel to visit my family, but it's not something that gives me a lot of joy because it's a very rational thing. And still, because of the language barrier, I mean, I know that I have been living here for almost 5 years, but my Dutch, it's not that good yet. So I'm working towards improving my Dutch, but sometimes at my work, my coworkers are speaking in Dutch, and it's not that I can follow along everything. So it feels a bit lonely. Yeah. So at least I compensate during the night. So it feels like I'm a Hannah Montana, like nerd during the day, dancer at night. To try to compensate.
Amazing. Okay, so during the interview, I'm going to explore a little bit more about your life and also about your journey so far, okay?
Sure, bring it on.
Juan, are you ready to go on a beautiful journey through your memories in life and share your point of views?
I am. Bring it on.
Amazing. Welcome to William and the Magic Box. So I have here my best friend. Yes, you're gonna dance with me.
I saw the dancing. So that's cute.
I have here my magic box full of random questions. I'm just gonna play a song just for us to relax before the first question. Okay?
Oh yes.
Let's do it. Okay, so before we start the game, during the journey, if it comes up a question that you don't want to talk about, you don't want to answer, always can change, okay?
Okay.
First question for you is, if you could go back in time in one moment or memory in your life for any reason, what that would be and why?
Well, I I have very nice memories with my Italian grandparents from my mom's side. My grandparents came to Argentina to start a life. They had my mom, but then they wanted to return to Italy to do extra work so they get a better pension when they were in Argentina. And I wasn't able to share much time with them. And one of the things that I miss the most is the quality, the time with them. But I was a kid, but I was feeling very safe and very happy with them. So yeah, if I could go back in time, I would try to change a bit things for them to stay more time and enjoy them more.
Wow. And which person in your family you feel more close to right now?
With which family member, you mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, when I was younger, it was only with my mom because of she was the only one that and my sister that they were the only ones accepting my transition to accept being gay.
Okay.
But with my dad, it was very hard because comes from military, so it took like 3 decades for him to accept
Wow.
it. But
Okay.
nowadays, I'm connected with my whole family. We have a WhatsApp group and we participate every day. So I can say that I'm very lucky that because sometimes you think that people won't change, or the older you get, the more difficult for the people to change. And my father has shown a lot of evolution, and I'm very grateful for that. And yeah, I can say that I have a family that I wanted to have.
Amazing. Okay, so your family they are watching this interview right now, and you have a moment, an opportunity to send them a message. You can send in Spanish, would you like to, and after you can translate in English. They are watching.
I would say that estoy, me siento bendecido de que hubo tantos cambios en la familia y que llegamos a un momento de amor cuando pensé que era completamente imposible y era una zona de guerra la familia. Y hoy en día es una zona de amor y respeto y que soy una de las personas más afortunadas del mundo.
Okay, now you can say in English now.
I would say that I'm really greatly surprised because I couldn't believe that people could change. And we went through being like in a war zone because it felt like being at war every day with my dad at the table, so much tension, and you could feel that you could cut the air with a knife. And nowadays, there is so much love, so much respect, so much interest on each other, and so much growth that it feels like a Christmas miracle, like in the movies.
That's beautiful.
So
Wow,
I'm
I
very
love that.
blessed
I
about
love
that.
it. Amazing. Next question.
Yes.
Okay, next question for you is, if you could go anywhere in the world right now, right this moment, where would you go and why?
Well, I'm a very curious person, so I would like to go to Japan. I've never been to East so far. So Japan, it's one destination that it catches my attention because it's something completely different that I'm used to. Because my first shot was from Latin America to Europe with organization and everything. But I think if I go to Japan, it's like next level of organization and method. So
Shall we go together? I'd love to go to Japan.
let's do it. Let's do a video blog.
It's my bucket list to go to Japan. I think it's a culture that I've always been very fascinated by. I think they are just another level. I would love to go to Japan. A bucket list, on the top of my bucket list for sure.
Yeah, I'm doing baby steps. For the first time, I'm going to Asia now in March, but I'm going to Thailand with Lucas, the
Oh yeah,
podcast that we do.
yes.
One of my best friends. But yeah, then Japan is straight away in the bucket list.
Oh, beautiful. Next question. Let's do it. Before the next question, tell me what do you like the most about living in Amsterdam? What's the biggest joy of it? And so far, what do you find the biggest challenge of the city?
Okay. I mean, there are many things that made me choose to live in Amsterdam. The first one is stability, because I come from a country where economy-wise, economy is very unstable. And as Argentinian, I felt like I became, yeah, people from Argentina, when they see me now, think they see me younger because I look much more relaxed because there are three variables that I don't have anymore in my brain. First one, the insecurity. When you are outside and you're using your phone, or it's a bit dark, and you're afraid of what's lurking in the corner that might take your wallet, your life, or your phone. Here in the Netherlands, you can be driving super high or biking 4 p.m. in the middle of the park, in the middle of the night, and nothing's going to happen. At least 99.9%, nothing will
Yeah,
happen. So that's something that I don't feel that panic mode that I feel like I need to have eyes on my back. That was driving me crazy. The second thing is economy wise, everything is much more stable. It's not utopia, but it's much more stable. And this is a very unpopular opinion because Dutch people loves using the calendar to plan everything. So even if you need a friend and say, hey, I miss you, let's meet, they will get the calendar and they will say, maybe we can meet in 2 months for 2 hours. So at the
you,
beginning, that was a bit shocking, but at least you have the warranty that you're going to see your friend.
that's so
In,
true.
Ar- in Argentina, I had my best friend Nico. Nico, if you're seeing this, this is for you. I had my best friend Nico that I moved next to him. I live 10 blocks away from his home for 1 year. Guess how many times I saw Nico?
Twice.
One, when he when he helped me move, because then it was like, Fred, Ami, when are we going to meet? Soon, soon. Next week, next week, next week. Next week never happens. So I prefer an agenda that at least I have 4 appointments in 1 year, but I'm going to see the friend. So I would say that that's the thing that I like. The things that I don't like, sometimes I feel that I became going out more often now.
Hmm?
But I feel that people get so high when you go out that at the beginning I was shocked. I think that people goes over the top with it and they feel like it's like some people may have an emptiness or something that to try to feel something more, but then they are sometimes zombies. And I feel that there is a bit of humanity lost. So sometimes I'm a bit afraid of losing a bit of my warmth or humanity because of that. So sometimes I feel a bit conflicted about it. The rest is everything perfect. I mean, super easy to talk to people because if you are shy and everyone is high, everyone is super friendly and going to talk to you. But most of the time, things go more on the cruising sexual way and
Yeah.
not about the connection. So it's like
Right.
you are a bit this exchangeable very easily. And I don't know. I I try to appreciate myself and my worth and everything. And I don't. I mean, I, I want to be treated more as a whole and person, and not just my because of my looks, for example.
I see. And I understand it's funny you say about this about schedule to meet a friend and so common here as well. I think Europe people somehow they everything's all settled, everything's organized, and even though you are from their countries, we adjust ourselves to it, and it's a new way of living. However, I understand, I think back in Brazil, people they just knock your door and sometimes, but I think your friend Nico now, he needs to make it up. They need to come to Holland now once a month to see you, to all the time that he didn't see you there.
Yes, I'm going in January there for 25 days. I hope to see him at least 15 days. So
Nico,
take
the
notes,
message for you now, Nico. You need to see
Nico.
it.
Yes, please.
Next question for you is, what do you consider most romantic?
Well, I tend to be very romantic, but living in here in the Netherlands among Dutch, it's killing it because they don't see it with good eyes because they say, you're Latino. Like, I mean, I am not a Mexican telenovela, but everything, the tiniest thing that you do is like multiplied times 10 because you're Latino. So I have to keep my mouth quiet. But I think that for me, being romantic is being present.
Yeah,
Small gestures, and you don't need to scream out loud in the middle of the street, Juan, I love you, or something like that. But I mean, showing that you are happy to be with the other person. For example, holding a bit hands when you are at the gathering, showing presence and that you are at the moment with the person. And think that that is one being it's a nice demonstration of romanticism.
What's the most romantic thing someone has ever done for you that you never forgot, never gonna forget?
Well, I had a boyfriend in Argentina. We are not in touch anymore, but he organized a surprise birthday party for me for my 36. And it was one of the sweetest things ever someone ever did to me.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, that
Next.
was amazing. He knew that I always wanted to have a surprise party. And even we were in a bad moment in the relationship. And even all that, he organized to invite like, I don't know, 80 people.
Wow, that's beautiful.
It was really, really nice demonstration of love.
It's amazing. Next question, ready?
Yes.
Let's do it. Next one. Next question for you is, where do you see yourself living when you retire?
A good one. Well, it depends because as Argentinian, we have plan A, B, C, and D. If I manage to meet a partner in my life, I would like to keep it living here because I like the country, and I think that when I retire, it will be 23 years from now, and if I keeping the beautiful connections and friendships that I have, I would like to be near them. My plan B, if love is not written in my fate, I was thinking not returning to Argentina, but maybe to a warm country next to the beach side, and maybe an apartment that is not in the upper floor because of my hips and my legs, probably. By that time, it's going to be a bit tired. But yeah, next to the seaside, on a nice village. If I have to, yeah, if I am on my own and cost-wise, selling the house here and buying there, but ideally to be with sharing with someone that is important in my life.
Wow. What's the meaning of life for you, Juan?
Well, it's about exploring, learning a lot from your mistakes, because I feel like if I would travel back in time with it, when I was 30, I would slap myself so many stupid things and decisions I have made. But yeah, it's about learning connections with other people and trying to get the people in your life that adds up and help you become a better version of yourself. Have you seen the series The Good Place?
No.
I completely recommend it because what's one of the shows that has inspired me the most about goodness in people and the things that you can achieve when you are with people that brings you up. So I completely recommend it. It's one of the best shows ever done.
Amazing. 3 questions left. Let's do it.
Yes.
Next question for you is, do you have any nicknames?
Yeah. My sister calls me Choo Choo. I don't know why, but I found it super sweet. And if not, people calls me Jay or JP or Juan P.
And people, they, of course, for example, from Brazil, if I would say your name, I would say Juan, yeah, because the sound. People in Netherlands or from other countries, they say correct your name, like Juan or not?
Sometimes it sounds a bit Chinese, like Guan, but but most of the time they nail it. Juan, but yeah, sometimes Guan sounds very Chinese, and yeah, I don't turn when they say it. But most of the time they nail it because here I'm not sure how it's in UK, but here in the Netherlands, at least there are 200 nationalities. So my group of people is very diverse. So
in your opinion, how is being gay in Amsterdam? If, for example, people who live abroad, before I went to Holland for the first time, by the way, I've been Holland like more than 30 times. You know what I mean? One of my best friends, he lives in Helmond, like not far from Amsterdam. So I go every year, twice a year. Sometimes I go. Well, I'm coming to Holland in next month, and I was there for the gay.
Please reach me out.
Again?
Please reach me out. We can go out.
Absolutely. I told Lucas as well. We can organize something. Absolutely. We can organize a meal or
It would
something.
be lovely. I can take you to the coolest places.
Ooh. So yeah, so my question for you is, of course, people who, when they think about Amsterdam, when they think about Holland, in the gay scene, everything is free. People, they are more open-minded, but I'm sure when you live there, it's a different way of seeing it. So for you, how do you see being gay in Amsterdam?
I mean, being gay in Amsterdam feels a bit the same as in Buenos Aires, actually, because Buenos Aires is very evolved regarding gay rights. I noticed that there is a lot of woke culture about everything that is politically correct or incorrect to say, and sometimes they go a bit over the top about you cannot say anything. But I mean, I don't know, if there is a movie from the 80s, you know the kind of humor that was in the 80s and the 90s. But here it's like, I don't know, I was at the dancing class and we had to do a song about Michael Jackson, and some of the Dutch people were like, "No, are you sure we should do a song about Michael Jackson because of his accusations about pedophile and everything?" Or we have to do a song about Lizzo, and it's like, should we do a song about Lizzo because there are some rumors that she was a bit rude and harassing her dancers? And it's like, it's about the music, but everything is
Yes,
about so correct, and it's like a crystal generation a bit,
I see.
but sometimes it's a bit over the top. I mean, I appreciate because there is a lot of respect for all the ethnicity, for all the different spectrum of relationship. I don't know, it's not relationship, but dynamics of interactions of people and how people feel, so what they want to be. But yeah, sometimes it can be a bit over the top. But it's nice that it's respect and a space for everyone.
Amazing. Okay, 2 questions left. Let's do it. Yes.
When you come, you have to teach me how to do that.
You're gonna teach me. You need to teach me some good moves because you are dancing in your group there.
We will do some choreos with Lucas, the three of us.
Amazing. Can't wait. Next question is, how would you describe a perfect friendship?
How is it? What? Sorry?
How would you describe a perfect friendship?
Okay, a perfect friendship is about a lot of sharing time together, not very WhatsApp, but also sharing in the moment, being present, and also that at the good times you're always there, but also the person is honest enough to say if you're it up, to say it. I mean, not maybe that famous Dutch directness that will get directly to the bone, but with kindness and say, friend, I think you're partying too much, or I think you're wrong with this. So,
Yep.
an honest dialogue when you look for the best of the other person, but understanding, but with compassion and trying to grow it together. That's for
I
me good friendship.
totally agree, Juan. I think friends, they are the one who gonna tell you off when you need to hear, and the one's gonna be by your side from the great moments as well, but the sad moments as well. I think that's how I see, for sure.
Exactly. That's a real friend. The others are just people that attach when you're happy, but then when the lights are out, they disappear.
Absolutely. Sometimes as well, we connect with people that we just connect in a moment on a situation and you have a great time. You know what I mean? Sometimes you connect with people, different times as well, and they come back, then go. But however, the true friends, and not wrong with that. I think people come and go, and it's totally fine with that. But I think the truly friends that meant to be in your life forever are the one that they're gonna be there for different reasons. All of them.
Exactly. Amen.
Last question, ready?
Yes.
Do it. Last one. Before the last question, as I could see your excitement talking about Rio de Janeiro, about Brazil, when you lived there for 2 years. My question for
Yes.
you is, tell me what Brazil taught you the time that you lived there.
Well, Brazil taught me compassion
Mhm.
and uh, and helped me accept myself, because by that time I have to leave. The relationship with my family was really, really bad. But that time, my father was like, I mean, we were having emotional and physical fights because we all do martial arts in our family. So it wasn't
Italian, very Italian, very Italian, very.
very, 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 very Italian. Um, and you know, there was always tension when you were eating and everything. My father proclaimed himself the commander of the house because he was a military. So you can imagine how that was.
Ooh,
Um, and then when I spent the first Christmas with the family of my boyfriend in Brazil with Danny, Danny, if you're seeing this, I send you a huge kiss. His family was so kind and so sweet. His parents were divorced, but still, they were sharing Christmas together with the new partners. And I
wow.
remember that I was drinking wine and I spilled a bit of wine on the cloth. And I entered in panic mode because my father was like, "What's have you done?" And not going bananas. But then I was like, oh my God, what have I done? And he's like, Juan, relax. We will put it in the washing machine. Enjoy. And
Yeah.
everything was so much harmony and so much peaceful that it it helped me see that there is a different way to interact.
Absolutely.
And I when I returned home to Argentina 2 years later, and I was seeing some of the old dynamics of the family, I was horrified because it's like I lost my compassion, and they say, okay, you hurt me, but I will go and I will talk to try to fix the things. So those kind of things, and also the huge joy that Brazilian people has with Carnival, all that happiness, that's very contagious also. So
Yes, there is something about we have this way of approaching life, for example, where we can, two people can eat, we can feed five people together. A place where three people can sleep, we can find a way to sleep nine people together. So we have this tendency. I have so many friends around Europe or other parts of the world. When they go to Brazil, they go like, "My God, William, I talked to someone for 5 minutes and I felt like best friends straight away." So we have this approach. I think it's a cultural thing, and I think all Latin Americas. I'm sure you have as well some more difference compared with Europe, but there's something about Brazil that we see
no,
problems
it's
that
so
way.
special.
Yeah,
Every time you meet a Brazilian person at a party, or I don't know, it's a friend of a friend, I
yeah,
always click immediately. I it's like there's a magnet that I
yeah,
gravitate towards them.
absolutely. Good. Last question is, what did you want to? No, sorry, what did you want to be growing up?
I wanted to be a scientist,
Oh wow,
but yeah, I several things in life, like moving, changing countries and everything, making me start all over and over and over again the career. It's like I
yeah,
gave up, say, okay, I'm going to be a software developer. That's it. It
ab-
pays the bills. It's cost effective. So let's go for it. But yeah, if probably in a parallel universe, Juan would be a theorist physicist, or yeah, or
wow,
yeah, or working at NASA or something like that. That would be really nice.
amazing. Can you take me to the moon?
Yeah, but not even to the moon, to Mars.
Wow.
The
Right.
next Elon Musk. One Musk.
Right, not the end yet. Let's play now the word association game. Okay, I'm going to give away some words. Just tell one word that comes to your mind. Quick thinking. Okay, let's
Okay.
with family,
Um, with family, my mom.
money,
Uh, Vacations. Good
fe-
vacations.
fear,
Being paralyzed.
okay, life,
Uh, Evolution.
sex,
Orgasm.
ooh, love,
Um, Kindness.
religion,
Uh, in one word, how can I say it? Mistakes.
okay, politics,
Uh, Corruption.
friendship,
uh, uh, Love. Friendship for me is love.
desire,
Desire. Desire. Mm, Exploration.
regret,
Mistakes.
success,
Uh, Happiness.
and one word for happiness.
The word for happiness, um, fulfillment,
Wow. Wish.
wish, um, to dare to do it.
One word for Amsterdam.
Uh, Reborn, because I feel like I was reborn.
Wow, I like that. One word for Buenos Aires.
No, nostalgic or nostalgic.
Oh, beautiful. One word for Argentina.
Um, Compassion, because such good people,
Mhm.
but so many wrong choices with politics, and it's like a Titanic that keeps sinking. But the people is so good, and I wish we could do something about it.
Amazing. The last one now, Brazil, one word.
Brazil, well, it will also be like reborn because it was my first reborn. But Brazil would be uh, happiness.
Amazing. Let's pretend now I'm going to meet your mom for a coffee, and I'm going to ask your mom, define Juan in one positive word and one negative word only. What should say?
Okay, probably positive word would be compassion because I have a lot of compassion for people.
Mhm.
And a bad thing is like I am my worst enemy because I judge myself too hard.
Okay. And if I would ask the same question to your dad, would be the same answer?
My father would say, as a good thing, discipline that I
Okay.
have. And as bad thing, I don't know what my because now we're in the era that my father is happy for everything that I do. Before it was like I wasn't sporty enough, but now I am sporty enough. No, I think my father will also say that I am too hard on myself.
I see. Okay. Are you work on it?
I'm working on it. Yes, I started therapy and everything.
Amazing.
like every Argentinian, most probably.
Let's play the one in the magic box and you can ask me a question. But before you ask me the question, what's your favorite Dutch word?
Gezellig. It means like when something is very cozy and you're having a good time with the people and you're enjoying it. It's like those kind of words like saudade in Portuguese. Like it means a lot of things because Dutch can say gezellig. Do you want a coffee? It's like gezellig. But for example, when I celebrate my birthday and sharing those moments, it's such cozy and nice connection. I would say gezellig.
Gezellig. I like that. Amazing.
Yeah.
Juan, you can ask me a question now.
Okay. I did my homework and I tried to find the best question of all. I
Oh my
hope
God.
it wasn't I hope it wasn't us because you have like more than 1,500 videos already.
Yeah, more than 1,200, 300 videos. Yeah, like interviews.
Wow. Okay. So, what is the lesson or treat that you have picked up from interviewing all these people around the world that you have applied in your life?
Great question. And I don't think no one asked this question this way. They ask me what I've learned, they ask what's, you know what I mean? But something that a treat that I took and from the interviews and I took my personal life. Wow.
Yes.
You put me in the spot now, Juan, and I'm gonna have to think about that. Wow.
But you deserve it after so many interviews.
Yes, no, I'm just thinking, my goodness, something that's a treat that's, I've been learning so much here on the show with different people, something about, wow. Okay. There's something interesting that I've learned not long ago with a lovely interview I had with a lovely man from South Africa, and he said something so um, simple, but I never thought about that. He said something actually that when you love someone, when someone loves you, they just smile as soon as they see you, and it's so interesting that because I never thought about that. He said that his dad, which he passed away already, he said, William, when I remember thinking about my dad, and as soon as he saw me, he smiled straight away. And he had a very not great relationship with him, like pass of times, like you, like we, some people they had. And he said, William, as soon as he saw me, this smile came along, and that's the meaning of love for me. When he said that, I was like, oh my God, he made me think and go through my memories in life and people who cross my life, friends to who I have right now in my in my life. And I was like, my God, that's so true. I have friends that as soon as they see me or I see them, we don't need to say anything. The first thing, they smile comes up. And it's something that I took to my life. You know what I mean? Something that I started to understand more about that. And it's so true because, we love people. We are surrounded by great people around us. Like there are so many great people, and I feel very fortunate because I have great people around me. But I have friends that as soon as I see them, the smile comes up from both automatically. And I never thought about that. And when after this interview, I started to realize that, and I was like, oh my God, that's so true. So back to your question, this is something that, I've learned because I never thought about that. I never kind of went, work it out this way. And the way he explained, it made so sense as well. And I made a joke with him. I was like, you know what? Imagine the people around you, because they know that. Imagine the pressure on themselves to smile all the time when they see you. I made a joke, of course. However, it's something that's one of the latest things that I've learned through my interviews is that when people they love you, they're gonna smile without saying anything. So yeah, that's something beautiful that came out of my interviews. But I could tell so many stories, so many things that, for example, another thing that okay, I'm gonna answer another part of the question. One of the first things that I learned during the show, actually, I think the show wasn't started already, but I was already doing interviews. A lovely man from the US, he told me, it's funny because I never heard before the word polyamorous, where people they have different partners, you know what I mean? And it's funny because he said to me, we were talking about the relationship, about things, and he said to me, "Oh, Willie, I was so happy because I visited my husband who lives in Asia, and last weekend I saw my boyfriend who lives in somewhere in the US." And and he realized my face because I was a bit confused. You know what I mean? And yeah, I was like, I thought maybe I didn't understand what he said. Maybe I was a bit confused. And he saw it and he explained to me. And it was the first time when I heard the word polyamorous, yeah, like polyamorous relationship. So I've learned. And since then, I had so many people here on the show who has these relationships. And, and sometimes I would talk about it, and I've been learning a lot as well about that. So that's something that one of the first things that I remember that I've learned when I started doing the show was that, because I never heard before, I didn't know exists, or maybe, of course I thought maybe people they have different relationship, but I never thought it was something that was a name for it. You know what I mean? So
I totally get you on that because for me, also here in the Netherlands, I was coming from monogamous, one-on-one
yeah,
Christian religious family, and then yeah, I mean my neighbors next door. I remember I was having a wine with them, and I was a bit insecure about one guy that I was looking for, and I said, and they were a guy and a girl, and they were like, "Why are you jealous?" And they were telling, "Yeah, because sometimes when they are with the same guy, he's not jealous at all. I am a bit jealous, but he doesn't care." And also with the girlfriend that we have, so they have boyfriend, girlfriend. I was
yeah.
like, what? The fungus when there is a
I
nuke bomb,
know.
my brain was like,
I was like that. I was like that when I heard for the first time. And I was like, what? What is that? What that means? And this is interesting, too. It's about open-minded. And I'm so great that those situations, not just here on the show, but through my life, you know what I mean? Leaving Europe, back to Europe again, people, they have different concepts about relationships and, connect with people. And I'm so grateful about that. So yes, back to your question. The first thing I've learned was about polyamorous. And the last one thing that I've learned that touched my heart somehow was about this meaning of love when somebody sees you for like often, or doesn't matter how long they see you, and they smile straight away before saying anything. And it makes no sense, isn't it? When you look back, you're like, oh my God, this makes a lot of sense. So yeah.
it is body language, and yeah, and you cannot fake a real smile because some
Yeah.
people fake a smile by just doing this, but the eyes stay the same, but with the eyes.
Yeah.
But one bonus question, and would you be
Sure.
in a polyamorous relationship after
Again,
you learn about it? Would you be in a polyamorous relationship?
great question. Um, right now, right at this moment of my life, the way I see, I'm Scorpio. Scorpio, we are very jealous. We are very, you know what I mean?
Me too.
You're Scorpio as well. Yeah,
No?
there you go. So you know very well. Right now in my life, I don't think I could manage it. Like, you know what I mean, with like having. However, and I never had a polyamorous relationship, but so I don't know how it works, like living it, like being part of it. So I don't know how it will work, because there's so many ways of sharing a relationship, like three people or four people. They have other, it can go in different directions as well. But right now at this moment, I'm still like this person who likes to have one, to sleep together, this kind of thing. This, I'm still there. However, I don't know, I never had like a situation that I would be involved in a relationship that's, but back, I think everything's about communication, you know what I mean? Everything's about talking, about see how both sides, and I'm sure people who have this relationship, they understand very well, because it's all about communication. But to your question, right now, I don't think I would be ready for it. I think I'm still, those old-fashioned way of having a relationship.
I'm also the same. I am still in that process. I mean, I was very jealous before, and I tried
Yeah.
to be more relaxed about it. I ended relationships of 6 years because one of us kissed another person at the party just by a kiss, and then
Yeah.
looking back, I would say, it was just a
It's a
kiss.
kiss. I
I
know.
mean,
Yeah, it happens.
I mean,
Yeah.
and it was about honesty. And if we should have talked, what was happening? Maybe and work around or something could have been fixed.
Yeah.
So I felt like I was a drama queen, or my partners were also drama queens in the past. Here in the Netherlands, it seems like, yeah, no one is a drama queen and it's open. So I try to deconstruct myself and think what triggers me, what can be done. But
Yeah.
yeah, I haven't had the situation like you to say, to meet someone that would happen into that. And I mean, first I need one boyfriend to consider polyamorous to have another one, right? So just starts by baby steps. But yeah, I mean, if it would happen, I wouldn't be completely close. You would see what is
Totally. I
what I
think
get from it and what I can give from it. But
good.
yeah, by default, my system is still a bit
Yeah,
naive or innocent in those
I
matters.
know. No, I know, I understand your point. And I think just back to the situation about kissing, it can happen to us as well. You know what I mean? Scorpio, we are very sexual. We love, you know what I mean? There's something about Scorpio. We are the sexiest compared to the others, the star sign. And I understand that, but it's difficult to deal with. We're not ready for that. It's difficult. It's something that's, it's ours. You know what I mean? It's something about jealousy that's, yeah. So yeah, I don't think I'm ready for it. However, we grow every day.
Really?
You understand every day, so it can happen. But right now, no. Right now, I'm still, in this, old-fashioned way of relationship for sure.
Yeah, I mean, we have to explore the things that makes us happy only.
Totally, absolutely.
Never force it.
Did you enjoy the interview?
Yes, you're so nice. I mean, I can't wait to have you here in Amsterdam to hang out with.
Thanks again for taking the interview, Juan. Thanks again for taking time for the interview. It was great to see the energy. My God, it's amazing, and I totally agree. I think I'm Brazilian from Argentina, and this energy that we have, it's a genuine energy, and I can feel your energy as well. So thanks again for being so sweet and kind.
It's
Bef-
an honor.
Before you go, if you can share a positive message or anything that you live by.
Well, I only felt happiness and good vibes across the interview and felt a bit like I know you from before. I mean, yeah, I've seen some videos before, but the energy and the way you communicate and
Yeah,
express things, I don't know, I feel like you're a very genuine person and someone that I would love to hang out with.
abs-
I really appreciate that you took your time to also
absolutely.
interview me.
Absolutely. And would you like to leave a message, like overall message to someone, a positive message to whatever who is watching this interview right now? Like a positive message or something?
I would say don't be afraid to try new things because you could be surprised of the things you learn about
Yeah.
yourself. I discovered so many things about me from the stupid ones like I like board games. Like now I have like 60 board games because I joined board games during the pandemic to maybe kinks to maybe express yourself in different ways.
Yeah.
And or maybe that you can dance to 1,600 people at the theater. So challenge
Oh,
yourself because you will only grow from challenging yourself.
the power of saying yes, it's very powerful. Yes.
Yes,
This can take
exactly.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Muitas gracias.
Grande prazer. Adorei essa entrevista com você. Aí te espero aqui na Amsterdã.
Thank you so much and keep in touch. It was a pleasure, okay? Enjoy
We'll
your
be in
weekend.
touch.
Tchau, tchau.
Tchau, tchau,
Tchau,
tchau.
tchau. Tchau. So, did you like the show? Don't forget to give a like, to share it, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to be part of the show as well, first, subscribe to our channel, and after that, just go to our website, www.williamandthemagicbox.com, and send us a request saying why you'd like to be part of the show. And I see you there. Bye bye, see you next time.